Since I have kids, I feel like I never get healthy during the winter, and that's just annoying. Comment below if you have kids. Do you or did you have the same experience? But anyways, let's dive into the video. Hi, and thank you for clicking on this video. My name is Furk, aka Phil, and today I want to talk about a specific feature which I use the most on the Nikon Zf. And if I'm informed correctly, the Nikon Zf is also the only camera which has this feature implemented in form of a tactile dial dedicated to that function. I'm talking about the black and white dial switch. Somehow the Nikon Zf has a dedicated switch mode for black and white, and as I already mentioned, I think there's no other camera brand who has ever implemented that into one of their bodies. Correct me in the comments below if I'm wrong, but when I saw all the previews from the established YouTubers regarding photography who are also in the business over 10 years or 20 years already, no one mentioned that any other camera has implemented such a black and white switch. Overall, everyone is basically appreciating this physical black and white switch. Everyone, including me, thought this was a gimmick basically, but as I already mentioned in my previous videos, I use this quite a lot, and I'm glad it's a physical dial. The main reason why I use this a lot is of course because I enjoy black and white photography, but also this switch, it's incredible convenient. You just have to flick the switch from photo or video and push it towards black and white, and then your EVF or your LCD screen will show the world in black and white. In all other cameras, you have to dive into the menu and select the monochrome profile. Some cameras have customization possibility, so you can put the color profile, for example, into the quick menu, but I think it's not possible to put a dedicated color profile on a customizable button, and therefore this black and white switch from the Nikon Zf feels so unique to me. Besides enjoying black and white photography, I also enjoy the benefits from shooting black and white. Just to name a few, for my personal reasons, I like that in black and white you don't have to worry about the white balance. That's quite convenient in my opinion. But also, and this is more personally for me, I'm slightly colorblind. Therefore, I always hesitate to shift colors in post-production because I'm not sure how people view my images regarding the colors which I interpret. So mostly I don't do any color post-editing, but in black and white I don't have that problem. I can confidently edit my images as I like, and don't worry that I might color shift anything. But yeah, I think that's just a specific preference on my personal case. Also, especially right now in the winter time, when you have a lot of overcast weather and the light is quite flat, seeing the world in black and white, you can focus on high contrast scenes. Makes it, at least for me, easier to find interesting shots also in that kind of lighting. The same goes for harsh lighting in the middle of daylight. Here you can also spot easier high contrast scenes. And if you put your Nikon Zf on RAW and JPEG, so basically you shoot the JPEGs in black and white, but also the camera will take the RAW files, you can always go into post and edit your RAW file, and you have the colors back in case you want them. I have the Nikon Zf basically since it has been released, and yeah, as I already mentioned, I think I use the black and white dials or mode almost every day. And I'm curious how Nikon came up with the idea to implement a dedicated black and white switch on a camera body, because as I already mentioned, I think no one has done it before. Sony has a similar dial for the newest cameras, where you basically go from stills to video, and then you have the slow motion, I think. Fujifilm has also, the one dial is a two-way dial where you switch between stills and video, and the second dial you have all kinds of modes there, but it's not dedicated to the black and white. So yeah, I'm curious how Nikon came up with that idea and why they implemented it. I mean, I know why I'm using it, but why they implemented, I guess they did some kind of market research that there might be a high demand regarding that. Also funny enough that in all the videos I saw about the Nikon Zf, and also all the comments. Most people are pleased about the black and white switch, and no one is calling out that it's a pity that the dial is not customizable or anything like that. So I think the community just appreciate this new feature in general. I'm curious if you are a Nikon ZF user. Do you use the black and white mode of your Nikon ZF, or do you shoot color exclusively? Because that's also the point. I never saw a comment or a video where a person said they shoot and dislike the black and white switch. So again, I think Nikon just targeted their audience correctly in general with the Nikon ZF, but also implementing this black and white dial. Again, if you're a Nikon ZF user, what's your opinion about this black and white implementation? And if you're not a ZF user, what do you think about that? Is it something you miss on other cameras? Comment below. If you're still here until this point, thank you very much for watching. You are the one who deserves the like. And if you want to support my small little channel, just check the links below in the description. And if you want to check out my latest Leica Q3 POV, just click on this video.